Queen of Pain.
Okay.
Burst damage. It allows to survive against the Tiny in the mid lane without giving Tiny too much.
I think they should both farm though, right? The Tiny and the Quap. I don't think there's too much kill potential. If Quap hits 6 first, then you maybe. But I think she wants to use that to rotate a little bit more. I really, really hope Viking try. Like they might not, but I really hope they do. I think you just pressure the Weaver like really hard, and then they struggle to have damage.
Yeah, it could work. That's what Viking did last game as well against the Weaver. Just punish him early on, never allow the Weaver to really recover. But that kind of was because Kentucky was shut down so early on. So you had 2 cores playing from behind and not allowing to have any initiative against your opponent. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see whether Kentucky can make like not better rotations necessarily, but make his rotations actually work this time. Because again, it feels the same. If they fall behind on the Weaver and the Quap, they are going to struggle. I am worried about their lack of team fight on Finem. I think they're very reliant on having this Doom off cooldown.
Yeah, long cooldowns.
Oh, it's MNT Doom. Avengers 5. Okay. So it's Skylight Nature's Prophet again.
Yeah. He's played pretty good, but he has also done some very questionable moves. But I guess it works with his aggressive playstyle going together with Weaver and Quap, especially with the Quap.
So I would assume they're going to want to try and lane the Doom against the Beastmaster somehow now, so they can just eat the boars. It's pretty nice. It makes Toby's laning stage a little bit harder, but I feel like Finem's draft's just really greedy. If they get away with it and they don't get punished, it's really good. But I think Viking hit this Tiny with their BKBs and they just run at you. Like they have this Beastmaster to help take objectives as well. Who are you favouring? You hired to do the odds last time. You do them this time.
You're putting me in a very hard spot, right? I don't know. I kind of like this gyro last pick, but I rarely see good gyros like being pulled off. Only at like exceptionally high levels I see very good gyrocopter players. So I believe I'm leaving this to Shad. How well can he survive his own laning stage? I think it could be quite alright. He's got a lot of armor to work against the Nature's Prophet, and the Doom isn't really your best harasser because of the lack of movement speed early on. But he also makes a perfect Doom target, which is kind of what I'm kind of scared of here. If Finem can pull off a very good early game, and if you know, we spoke about Quap needing a lot of farm, I still kind of feel like Quap should be doing some rotations for fairly early on, especially maybe that level 6 or level 7. Put aggression on Gyrocopter's lane in the bottom lane and try and make things happen. Doom probably doesn't have level 6 by then. He might not even have level 6 even in the first 8 minutes, or even so. Maybe not even the first 9 minutes, where you could probably use it with the Quap and start looking for kills. But Nature's Prophet wants a friend to fight with.
If support Doom hits level 6 at 9 minutes, I will cry tears of joy for them. That is, I think that's very ambitious. I think the 10-minute mark when you get the tome's fine, right? But like, there's not many supports that hit level 6 before that point.
Yeah.
Doom, yeah, maybe with Devour, but probably not. Okay, so he's starting Buckler on the Beastmaster, so I really like this, and they've given him an extra tango, which is really nice.
Yeah,
like the Venge can't really bully him out of lane, but at least the Weaver's going to have a better time this time. I think they rotate Tusk up like after a few minutes, but just make the Doom and the Nature's Prophet life really hard at the start of the game and try and secure the Gyro's farm. Because if he builds a level advantage on the Gyro, he can just like outlane them fine.
Well.
Do you think they're going to hold on to this tri lane with Tusk, CM, and Gyro? I mean, Gyro pretty much needs a tri lane these days.
I think at the start they will, but like, yeah, I think the Tusk just rotates away after a little while.
Yeah.
Once again,
what's your? I mean, I'm also thinking about once he leaves, is there any chance you can gank mid with the Tiny against the Quap? It's like it is so picture perfect if you want to blow up the Quap. Tiny has a lot of burst damage. If you get Avenge stun, it's doable. But you know the cast range aren't really big.
I think it's most likely if Quap like misuses her blink or something. and then like the tiny punishes her really heavily, or like there's a good rotation after the Queen of Pain to use the blink.
30 seconds.
I think as long as she has blink up, she shouldn't die, right?
Aye. Oh, Toby's in for an ill surprise. It's gonna be Spartan's Venge and Weaver played by Thug.
Oh, we got the ward.
He gets the ward as well. It was on the edge of this sentry ward.
That is very much on the edge as well. Oh, he has 2 boars up as well. Spartan has to be a little bit careful up here.
Begin the murder.
For the first time in the series, starting bounties 2 and 2. Previous 2 games at Finem has taken all 3 for themselves.
I'm really surprised he didn't try and go for that on Beastmaster.
I guess he could have.
I don't think he saw the Doom. I'm not sure whether Doom showed bot at all, but that was probably his worry. If the Doom and the Weaver both just sweep in, so it's a relatively easy kill.
Doom's also got an observer ward he's holding on to. Wonder where he puts it. You know, he could block the easy camp and use a hard camp for constant pulling, just get grabs in this direction.
I think you put it just below the I think you put it just below the small camp because you want to eat the small creeps. I think.
Wait, there's a courier coming in as well. What's he gonna find first? He finds the creep wave. He won't find the courier.
I think this is really well played by MNT. Like they can't contest this tri lane. So yeah, CM just TP's top straight away. She knows.
Makes a lot of sense. Aramis will do his best against MNT here, but yeah. Too much region to go up against. He's fine with this. Forces the creeps to go under the tower where Gyrocopter's gonna have a harder time last hitting. He's missing also a couple CS here because of the lack of damage. But at the same time, Doom is pulling the wave all the way right in front of their tier 1 tower, giving them a big advantage on getting that early XP.
And I actually think this top lane is going to be really difficult for Finem now. But the Crystal Main is TP'd up. I think the Beastmaster should be doing really well up here, especially when he hits this level 3 mark. Tanner is also destroying mid at the moment. Well, not destroying, actually, that's not the right word, but doing very well.
Yeah, he's got a fair advantage. Denying the range creep as well. Here comes the dagger spam of the Quap. Still hasn't leveled up Blink or Scream. Can still decide whether she wants to go for aggressiveness with the damage from the Scream. Start to benefit the camps, or if she gets ganked, then you can always just level up Blink and jump from harm's way.
He has bottle on the Tiny as well, and he's going to go and check this bot rune because he can. But unfortunately, it's a regen, and Queen of Pain just blinks in. Oh,
nicely broken. Yeah. Breaks the regen rune of the Quap. And this is the fairly standard start we see between these 2 teams. There are not really that much hits being traded. Top lane is also a lot more defensive than it was before. And this time Thug, used to seeing Spartan with the Winter Wyvern. This time playing the Venge. So Spartan can't harass at the same time. Yes, rewarding the Sentry. The one that spotted the Observer ward earlier on for Toby. Spartan trying to... Does he connect this pull? This is like tutorials for people who don't know how to pull. This is the way to do it. Cut that one tree, pull it to the hard camp.
Yeah, the fact you only have to cut 1 tree for that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Direct path to the lane. Gyro on 10 CS. Skylark's got 9 and 5. 15 last hits on the Weaver. So yeah, this is definitely a lot easier for Thug now. But we'll see if it changes in the levels to come. Pretty chill start.
Yeah, it's not been too crazy, has it? It's been relatively boring. That's per se. CM in top lane is in a bit of trouble. Here's another Sakuchi in a few seconds.
Toby holds the distance, so you can get the salve used on the Crystal Maiden. She's got another one stuck up as well.
I actually think if Thug had gone 1-1-1 on this Weaver there, that probably would have been a kill. That's just for the extra minus armor reduction. And he wants to max out Sakuchi. That's pretty standard.
Yeah. The lane is holding in a very good spot for Toby, though. Another wave connecting, and it's right in front of their tier 1 tower. Bottom lane is also being... the hard camp has now been stacked twice. Or stacked once, actually, so it's a double camp, so they can use that.
That region we was really...
Now they're going on MNT, and this is the first aggression we've seen this game. Snowball,
lane
and
as
that's a
well.
kill. Tag team and flat cannon working just as intended.
Yeah, and we've almost died top lane as well, but he just get the salvo. I think it's worth talking that the mid lane, I talked about it being in favour for Tanner before. Ever since that regen route, it's gone very much the other way.
Yeah, I mean, Entaki was able, actually Tanner was able to break the regen rune from Entaki, but still, yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't get it, though, I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
It's like he picks up this bottle and then the
Spartan salves up Celery, gets stunned up, hit by the Shikuchi as well. A lot of damage coming in from Spartan, and I think Celery's dead. Frostbite, salve up, and the Shikuchi. It will lose Spartan first. Thug responds with the Celery kill. Bounty rune still to be picked up, and Toby's just chasing down Thug. However, Shikuchi back off cooldown once again, so Weaver makes it out.
Yeah, he can just shrine up now as well on the Weaver, he'll be fine.
Tag team, charge onto MLT once again. Skylark saves him with the Sprout. Fairly good defensive play, while Skylark throws in some right clicks. Chad's got a lot of targets in front of his way with the Rocket Barrage and another Salve used on both sides. And MNT puts the ward down so he doesn't accidentally walk into the river, you know. That could have been... okay, instant D-ward. Probably suspected that that was going to happen. That's a good read though, because now you got rid of one observer. There's another one still right on top of the bottom tier 1 tower.
Tanner is a level behind this Queen of Pain in the mid lane, by the way.
Yep, really got level 6 and an arcane. This is perfect timing for Entaki. And he's got a mango available for the ultimate. Toss, snowball. Maybe holding on to the snowball a bit longer could have worked, but he tried his best. He was suspecting Entaki to be casting it, but yeah, Aram's just gonna die as well. This is a double kill for Entaki. It's a double kill right there. That last tick from the poison should do it. Double kill for Entaki on the co-op.
Top lane as well. Beastmaster, Skylark TP'd in.
Oh, Skylark. Yep. Toby's going down too.
Oh, he has no Quelling Blaze. Ouch.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't. That is true. There's no way you get out of the Sprout without a Quelling Blade. There's actually 0 Quelling Blade. Wait, there's Tiny has 1. He's the only one with Quelling Blade on Viking Steam, so there's no way you get out of the Sprout once it connects.
Celery top. In a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it's a dead CM. They might be able to turn around though. Toby does a lot of right-click damage and the boar helps out. But Benj is going to TP out. And another kill for Finem. And this laning stage is definitely much better than the previous 2 games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, tenfold for Finem.
I don't think it could have been any worse from game 2.
No, true. Queen of Pain's actually having an impact this game as well. As Entaki on the Ember before.
She's got a smoke up as well, and they're going aggressive on the bottom lane. Call down will be used. Snowball will quickly dodge one projectile, but the stun will connect on the gyrocopter. And Entaki in the middle of the fight. Shad goes down, and Aram is being chased under his own tier 1 tower. And Entaki finishes the kill with the scream. So make it 3-0 for the Queen of Pain, and 2-7 for Finem.
I think it's really good they're getting these like early pickoffs and like push potential now, because I think if these ever like 5-on-5 team engagements break out, I think they lack a little bit in that department. So if they can make the most of these like early skirmishes and pickoffs, they'll
exactly.
They'll
And this is what I was also thinking about was okay, Aramis playing a bit aggressive there, was exactly that the co-op does these rotations early on and relieves the pressure. They got the kill on the gyrocopter, and that's exactly what they did. They tried to put that pressure on the bottom lane. They knew Tiny can't respond. They used the scan on the bottom river rune as well. Aramis, he's got 10 stick charges. Oh, turn around. No. Toss maybe. This might do it. Alright. Well, Tanner's TP makes a difference.
Top tower, though, is getting pressured really hard by this beast.
There's a lot of pummeling there.
TP.
Thug chasing Toby. Toby does have a roar available, but Celery's damage is quite limited at this point, and then Taki intervenes. And okay, Celery will fall as well. That's 2 kills for Finem at the cost of losing their Doom in the bottom lane. So this is really good, because Thug is being enabled now, as well as they're trying to salvage the gyrocopter's badly went lane.
Skylark's looking to TP in to snipe this Tusk off. He had vision. It actually just went down. Just TP back to the instead.
There's a courier though. Not sure if you caught a glimpse of that. He hasn't really been sniping couriers. Oh, the roar, the quap, this could do it.
Is this enough?
Oh, what? No. Oh, she's got bottle charges. Oh, here comes Aramis. He's got the vision. Ah, no blink. No blink for you today.
That's a big
kill, yeah.
They need to somehow find a way for Tanner to come back into this game, though. Like, he has the max tree grab, so at least he can throw. Sorry, farm, not throw. Yeah, at least he can farm quickly. Oh, bot lane as well, third.
Thug is, yeah, he's trying to put some harass on Shad. Shad sees the courier, but not going to go for that either. He knows he's going to lose his life. Doom has been used on Aramis. 10 minutes, and he's got that level 6 ultimate. Shad will fall, and Skylark is there to help, and Aramis trying to get under the tower. MT is just chasing him down. I'm not sure if that Doom damage is going to be enough, but Celery dies. They're going to leave Tusk, and he gets a TP, but it's on cooldown. He's going to have to sit here and watch his tower fall.
They're just putting so much pressure on the map, and this is the problem if you like do this max tree grab on Tiny. Like, you can't match the tempo because you don't have your 2 nukes to fight with. You're all about farming, and I really like that he's going for Blink first this time. Like, instead of going for something like drums, I think it's really important you can blow up these really squishy cores like the Weaver and the Queen of Pain.
Yep.
Like, you have good follow-up damage because you have tag team, you have the gyro with
this
rocket
could
barge,
do the trick though. They've got 3 people TPing in, and Shad is here. Frostbite for the Vengeful Spirit. They won't be able to catch the quap, but they find a support kill. They keep their tower up just a bit longer. NP's ulti does do a lot of damage, and they spot Aramis being hit by the ultimate, so there is a ward right under their shrine. Skylark.
Oh, we forgot to mention as well that Fire got both the outposts, so lots of XP for them.
Oh yeah,
Queen Pain's level 10.
Completely forgot about the outposts. So both of them went for the Dire team. Yeah. So the initial XP was never given to Viking.
Unfortunately so.
At Finem, 4,000 net worth lead. They've recovered from the previous 2 games, and now they're playing as a team once again.
Keen Optic on the Queen of Pain. It's actually quite a nice item. It's not great, and it will get replaced very quickly and probably given to the Venge. But like early on,
extra blink range, extra dagger range, extra ulti distance, and another one picked up for Shad.
I think he probably just keeps that for now when his drums come up.
Technically, the CM could
have
it.
Let's give it to.
Yeah.
It's good on her as well. I would really like to see Celery max out Frostbite this game instead of the Nova. He did it last game as well. I feel like the Frostbite's really valuable.
Oh, let's see, this mid fight is about to brew. Thug is joining the battle. Mid tower's at 100 HP. They could deny it.
Yeah, Skylark's getting ready to TP in as well to try and fight this, so he can always be 5 hit. I'd feel very mobile.
This is great because he's putting pressure on the top lane at the same time as they're forcing Viking to defend their mid tower. They're really scared of this quap. Snowball onto Vengeful Spirit though. Spark throws in a stun, uses one of the swap charges, but will die eventually. And the mid tower sniped at the same time by Skylark. This move was just perfect. It was a bait all along. Vengeful Spirit just draws the attention of their opponents while Skylark snipes the tower. Nobody was there to defend it. That's a big trade.
That's really good. They're just gaining more and more map control as the game goes on. And Tala has Blink now on the Tiny, so this could be pretty big. If they can play with this Blink, they might be able to find some pickoffs. I'd like to see them try and smoke up here to do something. It looks like they are kind of gathering up here. Yeah, Tusk has a smoke coming up.
Yep, there's a dummy on the Beastmaster. He's going to go for a pipe next. Understandable with all the magical damage on that Finem side. And talking with an aggressive Blink, they're gonna punish her for this. And they will definitely get the kill as well. The Doom will be used on Tanner, however, and M&T is also melting that support. Doom isn't as tanky as you thought, and now Thug going for the turnaround. 4 versus 1 in the middle of the fight. Now comes Shad, and he will use the time lapse to get away, and Spartan is now on the other side of the river, and you will lose your Vengeful Spirit as well. Viking GG are fighting back. They instantly punish the quap for the aggressive Blink in and immediately initiate. Did they not have They had no vision on the high ground whatsoever.
I mean, now Tanner picks up a DD as well on this tiny, so his ability to blow people up is even easier now. I'm really surprised they're not trying to go all into this tier 1. If they get it, then it's great, but
What does Thug do?
they might lose a couple of kills here.
The Bukovel blade just picked up. Sharp
Good
block.
shots.
Yeah. But they will find Aramis with the Sprout. Snowball backwards, initiating on MNT. Frostbitten. He's got a rocket coming, and Tanner finds Entaki, and the blink will be used to defensively get out. MNT is done on the backlines, and Tanner is inside. Actually, just outside, 38 HP, and the screen will do it. Entaki, double kill, and it's being chased by Aramis. Aramis will finally finish off the job, and Shad is actually credited the kill. The swap from C-Spartan, and Skylark is able to run out from this one, and Shad is right-clicking away, but he's defusal bladed on spot, and Thug, he keeps the distance, and Spartan gets away. 7 seconds on Toby for his ultimate. However, Thug's got to be careful. Shad just man fighting through this, and Toby's got his ultimate available. And that Chikuchi just might be too much to turn around. The wave kills, and Toby takes down Thug. And Spartan trying to run away from Toby. He's got another Chikuchi. Actually, wait, that's not a Chikuchi. That's a Hadouken that he just threw there. And a double kill for Toby. That was such a chaotic fight, and it's 4 for 4.
I think everybody died, apart from the Beastmaster.
Beastmaster and the NP. NP died in the initial battle. Oh wait, NP's still unkilled. Never mind. 4 for 4.
What a crazy game now. I mean, that favoured the Radiant so much. Like, the Queen of Pain was having a really good game, and all of a sudden, like, she's not as far ahead as she was before.
Aye.
And on a hero where she's building an Orchid, if she'd have had Orchid by the time that fight started, the fight would have been completely different. But it just slowed her timing down a little bit.
We got an Orchid very close on the Quap, and that is a game changer for Entaki's ganks. But at the same time, Vikings are putting their aggression into the dire side top jungle. They've got a bit of vision down. They have a Hawk placed as well. They're completely in hiding from Thug.
They don't have
Not sure if you noticed that he hit the Hawks with the Chikuchis. I'm not sure if you see it. Well, they don't initiate on him just quite yet now. Tanner.
If you go through something with the Sakuchi, it comes up with an effect. So
yeah, he probably knows about the Hawks in there. Because that could have been an opening for Viking to just jump in. Thug. Clumsy net almost connects. Not quite. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is being pushed in by Skylark while this top push is still happening. And Shad is there as the lone defender. Now Doom is TPing top.
Shad has to be so careful bot though, because he doesn't see anybody top. So he doesn't know if they're bot or top, ready to fight.
Yeah, now Spartan takes the advance. He's gonna get blown up. There's no chance for a Vengeful Spirit to survive that. Aramis taking damage from Thug. Thug just hits level 15 as well. He's gonna get roared. Doom has been used on the Beastmaster. Aramis will get blown up by Entaki and Skylark. Now Beastmaster being chased up by Thug and MNT. The rest of the Finem squad, and here comes Shad. Shad just makes it in time, but they've already lost so many heroes. And the buyback coming in from the Tusk as well, and Thug still wants to keep on fighting. He's got another Diffusal Blade available. Who's he going to use it on? He doesn't want Tanner to blink out. Tanner's blink cancelled. Orchid has been used. CM coming with a bike as well. And Finem going to be careful here. So they go for this initiation. The Quap ulti. Tanner is down. MNT will fall as well. And Shad taking a 1v1 here with Skylark. The rocket connects on a Trent instead of the Nature's Prophet. And the Quap is held in a web. The CM ulti. Celery. But the blink out from Quap. And Quap will make it out just in time. Has an Orchid available. But she's right under the outpost. They can see you. And Thug is also trying to make out, and they make a swap by Spartan to keep Thug away, and Gyrocopter is down, and Aramis make it a team wipe for Finem. They clean out the Viking squad.
Yeah, they completely wasted the roar on the Beastmaster, just using it on the Weaver when there was nobody else near. All of a sudden he gets doomed up, like they Orchid the Tusk, and there's 2 heroes that are completely out of the fight.
Can I highlight one thing, Mofara?
Yeah, of course.
3 for 7 kills. Diebacks on the Tusk and the Crystal Maiden. 7 kills in one fight for one team.
I mean, this is the power of like the Weaver and the Queen of Pain though, right? Where you find kills, but they're so mobile, you can just find these +1s all the time. Weaver's now level 18 because of his XP gain talent.
Yep.
They are looking real good on Finem now.
9, 1, and 7 on Thug. This was the game he was dreaming about in game 2, and now he's making it making the best out of it. The BKB is soon ready as well, and they know Shad's somewhere around, but they run straight into the hands of the gyrocopter. There's nothing you can do here. You are surrounded by Greeks, led by Spartan. And then Taki sees Tanner. Pretty interesting engagement here. He's got cavalry on his way, though. And there we go. Tanner is blocked. He is... Aramis might have just griefed his friend, or did... No, actually, he's buying time for his friend to get out.
Yes,
and the swap.
Oh, no,
Perfect swap by Spartan. And Celery will go down as well. And Aramis and Finem have mustered their power. And they win another engagement. All because Quap just decided to go on the Tiny. Not even using his Orchid, just trading a couple hits. You know, I'm casually here. Oh, looks like you're winning the fight. Wait till I call my bigger brother. And then you got 3 bigger brothers showing up into the team fight. And Finem just swipes Viking out of the game. They are really struggling now. Gyro doesn't have anything yet.
He almost has an S and Y. Which, the thing is, right, if you don't BKB this game, like, what does it do? Like, it's okay. But they have Doom still, like, they have swaps. They have the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave.
It's not a game-changing item. It's definitely a positive plus for the gyrocopter.
I actually would have liked to have seen him build Halberd instead of SMY on the gyrocopter.
Yeah, I guess the status resistance to... Isn't it higher a bit on the Halberd, or is it the same with SNY?
Oh, I can't remember if it's the same as SMY, but...
20% on SNY,
really
yeah.
Good against, it's really good against the Weaver and the Nature's Prophet and the Queen of Pain, actually.
Yeah,
so.
Quap is dealing a lot with right clicks at this stage, so yeah, it's definitely good. And Vikings are going for a very aggressive Roshan attempt here, and they are actually in hiding. But Skylark has a hunch, and Tanner tosses him in the Roshan pit, and they will take down the Nature's Prophet. He does have a buyback. So they can still re-engage on this, but who does the opening? Weaver, 2000 health with a fresh BKB. Tusk is getting stunned in the Roshan pit.
They can't take. They just don't have the damage when tag teams down.
They can't take it. And now comes the initiation. The Doom onto the Tiny, and M&T does the work, but the Weaver has been ulted by the Beastmaster. He's only losing half of his HP, and he, with the BKB, makes it out, and Tanner comes in with a buyback into the fight. Skylark gets swapped backwards, so Spartan will save another teammate into the fight, and there's the toss in, aggressively by Aramis, and then Taki, the Quap is dead, and do they want to use the buyback on the Quap for this fight? But it looks like Finem are losing this battle. The buyback from Tanner, and they're turning it. The rocket will connect onto Thug, and Toby, Shad has been thrown into the battle, but Thug manages to get out with Shikuchi, and Vikings turn it around, and Roshan is theirs for the taking.
Like, that fight looks so good for them, right? Because they get the time-lapse off, and just as the Weaver's about to die, so they've wasted, like, their raw, they wasted everything. But then, this is what I mean, Dire don't have any team fight. Like, in these big 5-on-5 engagements, they lack a bit of oomph. Like, there's no control.
They see M&T. Tanner tosses to Aramis, and there's a tag team straight into the Walrus Punch. You thought you landed, but you're back in the air, and M&T blown up. Vikings are back in the game.
I don't know if this is a game of Dota or a trampoline fight. I'm still working it out. But...
I don't know, trampolines are fun. Dota games are hard. Mid tower being sieged now by Vikings.
You're trying to say Dota's not fun? Come on, man.
I never said that.
Or Queen of Pain.
Spartan.
Eventually,
Spartan.
Queen of Pain.
Spartan.
They look the same.
No, don't do it. Well, he just did it, and he's dead.
Oh, the snowball.
Oh, almost there. But Aramis too deep. I don't think they're going to get this tower either because they just lost Aramis.
Did he blink on Tiny? Yeah, he's fine.
They didn't get the tower and they lose the Tusk. It's 4 versus 3, but they were still afraid to engage against that Finem, and they're backing out. They have to defend against this.
Support.
Look at that bot tower. Also took 800 damage.
Ooh, nature's profit things.
Yeah, just NP things.
And he has to play so carefully on the Skylark because they have really good catch. Like, even if he gets BKB, they have punch, they have raw. Like, there's a Tiny that can catch him out. There's a CM that can catch him out as well. They have lots of stuns.
Tiny's also going for a BKB like that. How many BKBs
really
are we going to see? We've got... Wait, we have the pipe on Beastmasters. That's a bit of magic resist. Gyrocopter might eventually go for a BKB, but he's got more important items on his mind. Satanic, is that what I see correctly there?
This Centaur's doing a really good job scouting at the moment. They might realise that the Radiant are smoked. They're going to run into this Queen of Pain, though.
Yep. Hello, Insaki. Goodbye.
Ooh. I really think they should have known that. Like, nobody's defending bot lane, right? The Centaur runs into top from the Helm of Dom. The scouts that there's nobody in the top jungle. Like, where else are the Radiant going to be if they're not smoked?
I don't know, but he's being chased by Gyrocopter. And the Rocket. 200 gold, or... the slow death of the Centaur Lord.
Oh, he didn't get
he didn't get the money for it! Oh... It was this Jimmy right here who got the last hit. Oh boy. Anyway, top tier 2 tower down.
CM and Tesk both have GPM talents available now. And online. Doom and Venge do not. So
comeback is real.
Could be a big factor here. Like if the Tusk gets a blink at some point as well. He's actually going boots of travel, which I like versus the Nature's Prophet.
Mid 2 tower going down. Viking GG. They've been on the receding end the entire game.
I was really worried they were going to go high ground there.
Yeah, Skylark is TPing out. He's got the Trent's pushing bottom.
Ooh. Mindbreaker.
Take a look at the
really good.
Take a look at the dire vision for a second. The entire map is blind.
They are not happy.
They're not happy. Skylark was thinking about TPing as well. Thug is around. Toby's actually farming this jungle right here.
He's level 22 on Beastmaster.
Yep.
Well, Weave is 23. I mean, they both have XP talents, but even so...
Oh, he found Skylark. He spawned a hawk, and it randomly shows, hey, look guys, there's an Nature's Prop in here. Now let's clip Toby on the hill instead.
I mean, they're going to know that there's a ward now there as well. Like, CM's going to put a sentry down, I'm sure.
There we go. Force staff back
Come
on the low.
Celery. There's no way Nature's Prophet is up there unless he's warding. Oh dear.
This game is now tied, at least in terms of net worth. It was almost a 10k lead for the Greeks. It's no longer there. They still have control of the outposts. And if they manage to take this top tier 1 tower, it also pushes Viking GG a bit further away. It's only their top lane remaining for their outer towers. Everything else is gone.
Viking are going to take 2 towers here, I think.
Yep.
Oh, big. The Gyro losers kill off the Queen of Pain's courier.
How did I not see that? It was like right there. It was literally like right there, and they just took down the courier from the call. But hey, that's the second tower. That's no more towers remaining outside the Greek base.
Gyro has Satanic as well. So he has the double stage.
He has recovered. This poor boy was like, what, 2 and 4. Now he's 6 and 5, and he's getting the items that he needs. He's got Sanj and Yasha. He's got Satanic. He's building up Butterfly. Screw BKB. This boy just needs to do damage and stay alive in the fight. The team will do it for him. He just needs to hit people.
He lacks a little bit of damage, but like...
He does.
He's so
for now.
survivable now.
The survivability is just so much, because that Finem has a lot of burst damage. That also means that Doom prioritizing his Doom target might just be the Gyro instead of the Tiny.
You mean the Tiny instead of the Gyro?
No, I mean, the Tiny has been doomed all game long.
Yeah, but why would he doom the Gyro? If he's gonna, like,
because of the Satanic.
Duration, right?
There's a BKB anyway on Tiny. Though, I mean, Tiny is a very important target. I'm starting to feel like Gyrocopter is becoming the main target to focus on.
I actually think Beastmaster is really important.
Obviously, Beast is bigger, yeah.
I think if he gets his pipe off, stops him getting his solar off, like, he has all these aura and, like, active items. And the Raw is really important to control the Weaver. But I don't think you ever really want to doom the Gyro now, unless you know you're definitely going to be able to burst him down in that duration.
Yeah, I mean, there's many cases where you see Gyro getting doomed, and he will just walk out the fight, and Vikings will try, I mean, not Vikings, but the team would try to either hold out for as long as they can until the Gyro can return, or allow Gyro to hit targets to enable lifesteal while the Doom is ticking at the same time, but never really put Gyro in harm's way. He's got a lot of movement speed, and that is the primary factor why you wouldn't doom the Gyrocopter, because if you don't have the catch, you don't have the stuns, the slows, then he'll just get away every time.
Celery is pretty tanky now as well on this Crystal Maiden. She has the
13 armor.
cracky coat, so like all of a sudden,
Still vulnerable
take
to
an
magic
extra-
damage, but
it's true. But if you take like an extra 4 seconds, 3 seconds to kill the CM in a fight,
yeah, Celery gets his ulti off. This Crystal Maiden has 40 armor. Balanced, right? Shiva's guard coming up for Quap. So they're trying to reduce all the physical damage that they're taking their way. Is there...
Yeah, they
that
need to
actually
come-
reminds
yeah.
me if there's a Crimson coming for anyone. And who
And
even
what's
builds
Doom
it?
building? Oh, Doom's building beat. Oh, Spartan.
Uh-oh. Well... That's a free kill. But again, it's space for the Trent to hit the bottom lane. Trent, nature's prophet.
They might try and catch it here then.
Aramis will spot him, perfect shard block, and NP has no way of escaping this. They will use the roar. 70-second cooldown for a secondary kill. And Roshan's minimum timer is coming up. Let's see how long that Roshan's going to take. If it's only a few seconds, the timing will be
Minute and
perfect.
20, let's go. Minute and 20, you ready? I'm calling it.
240 or 234.
Oh,
Double that.
close.
It was a close guess. I'll commend you for that. We've had a very long series. First game took 50 minutes. I don't even know how long the second game took. We're also past the 30-minute mark here in the third game between Viking GG and at Finem. The next win takes you to the upper bracket, and the next loss will take you to the lower bracket, where they're going to be going up against Team Singularity, who got run over by Nigma 2-0. And that's the series that we're going to be casting, and I'm looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, it should be good.
Singularity's had some very good performances, but before we go to that, Spartan has been found again. He just respawned and he's deleted once again from this one. And the four-staff rocket. The four-staff
I
rocket.
think you want to wait for your like butterfly on the gyro and your AC on the tiny now, because like you're really close to some really big items. They might save for buyback instead. I'm not 100% sure, but if they get them both at like the same time when this roche spawns, if they can get the Aegis on the gyro, they'll be in a really commanding place.
Yep.
Weaver has an orb of destruction, by the way.
Yes, and the Lincolns has been ready for a while, so that also helps him against the Beastmaster ultimate, which is right now Thug's worst enemy.
This constant pressure onto the bot tier 3 though is really annoying for the Radiant.
The only reason the Weaver survived the Roshan fight early on was because he popped his BKB before he got hit by the ultimate.
Yes, yeah.
And allowed him to use time lapse to reset. "40 seconds until Roshan spawns, and I don't think either team expects it to be this long, so they're probably starting to move around this Roshan pit area already. Skylark keeping the bot lane pushed in, but Aramis, he's got the snowball damage talent, but there's a fight brewing up as well. The Doom has been used on the Tiny. MNT just getting slapped down to the graveyard by Tanner and his massive sword. Now Thug looking onto Celery. Celery might die for staff on the high ground. Such clutch, and she will stay alive for a bit longer. And Aramis finds Intaki. BKB has been used, and Aramis Celery will finally get blown up, but the Quap is also being taken down, and they will take down the Quap. She's gone for 90 seconds. Has a buyback available. M&T blinks out of harm's way from Tanner, and Skylark is forcing the glyph and the base at the same time and hitting the tier 3 tower, while Spartan just tries to buy time for his teammate to take down the racks, but that tier 3 tower is still up, and we've seen this before. We've seen this before. It's Aramis taking on Skylark, and here comes Tanner, and here comes Thug as well, and Aramis just might go down. And Tusk is dead, and Skylark's still alive, but he won't be able to TP away, and Tanner versus Thug, and here comes M&T. Thug will go out, and yeah, there's Roshan being going down at the same time by Toby, Shad, and Celery. We've got a lot of action happening here right now, and the second Roshan of this game. Aegis for the Gyrocopter, cheese for the Beastmaster.
I mean, this game is... The Queen of Pain is just committing to fights with Blink and then just getting blown up every single time.
Yep, that was a 3 for 5. Actually, 2 for 5.
She has to be really careful with their positioning in these fights.
Shad, look at that attack speed. Doesn't even need the axe when you've got a Beastmaster buffing you up with like, what, 5 auras?
Yeah, I really like that Shad did build the axes. There's some games where you just don't need it, right? And this is definitely one of them.
Yep, this is a big one, and because Skylark is gone, they know there's no red happening, so they will happily take the mid lane of Rax. Viking GG, they've been behind so far, and now they've been holding on to this small lead and increasing it bit by bit by bit. And the Greeks are panicking. You can see it in their actions, and Taki blinks in with a BKB. He's being slapped down. The Beastmaster ulti, and Quamp is down, forced to buy back, and Thug is down too. 100 seconds, but has a buyback available. But the BKBs have been used on Viking, and they have to fall back. They cannot hold this. They're pinging the map, looking to keep an eye open that bottom lane. If Skylark goes there, Skylark is still sitting in the base, however. And this is looking like mega creeps. Look at that damage, it's ridiculous by Tanner. And they jump in, and they try to finish off the Greeks. And Taki, he's still holding his there, so the ultimate will be thrown to the fight as well. And Shannon, now they're turning on to Thug, and Thug is trying to take down Aramis, but he's dropping low. And then a BKB is still up and running, and a time lapse, but they're going to take down Tiny. Tiny is so low, but he's still alive. So is Stark, and they will lose Sark, and they will lose Thug. And it's GG. And Finem will be dropped into the lower bracket. And Viking GG fought their way and will advance against Nigma.